What's up YouTube, I'm EVscape and welcome back to another video. I'm just out here doing a little bit of AFK Slayer with my brand new cape. Now you're all probably wondering, why are you not cannoning Sukwars? Look, I'll be honest, I really want melee XP on the way to Raids 2. I'm going to try and max my account. It's probably not going to happen in the next 2 weeks before it comes out, but I'm going to try and get as close as possible to max melee. Once again, not going to peek the skills tab because I don't want to give anything away for the next episode of Playing to Main. But I'm going to be meleeing most of my tasks, and I really can't be bothered cannoning. I'm not too stressed about the Slayer XP that I'm getting. I'm just going to chill out here, chuck on my Protect from Melee, and just chill out. However, AFKing Slayer is not what this video is about. A lot of people have been asking a lot of different questions about the Inferno, so I figured today we would answer a few of those questions, like how much money did you spend in the Inferno, how many times have you tried it, how many hours have you spent doing it, stuff like that. We're going to answer all of these questions today. It's math time with EVscape. I sent a tweet out to Mod Lottie last week and she replied. She went above and beyond, so massive shout out to Mod Lottie. Thank you so much for sending back this information. I essentially tweeted at her asking her how many times I'd attempted the cave. Not only did she send back how many times I'd attempted the Inferno, she sent back the amount of times I had died on each individual wave, which was fantastic. So here is a screenshot right now of what she had sent back to me, and as you can see, we died to Zuck 21 times, triple Jads 5 times, single Jads once. And if you take a little look-see right here, you can see that one of the hardest waves, wave 63, I did not die on once, which was strange to me. I didn't expect that. I didn't know that that was the case. All of these ones earlier that are before wave 7 are obviously times that I've gone in, realized I've forgotten something and then left. Obviously, I'm not going to die on wave 1 of the Inferno, so I sort of just pretended like they didn't exist. However, I went ahead and did some quick math and got some pretty useful information from what she had sent back to me. In total, I completed 5,938 waves of the Inferno. Keep in mind, there are 69 waves in a successful attempt. I've completed 5,938 of them before I finished the caves once. We came up against Tuzkal Zuck 21 times before we finally defeated him, and along the way, we came up against 157 or more, because there are some Jads on the Zuck wave, 157 or more Jads. Now, considering the fact that before the Inferno attempts, I'd probably beaten Jad 10 times, 157 or more is absolutely ridiculous. If we were to count just the attempts that we made it up to Zuck, we versed 700 or more mages, the level 490 mages, and 1,500 plus rangers, which means we probably did over 1,000 mages and over 2,000 rangers, which is absolutely ridiculous. Now, since starting the Inferno, I've gone from level 94 in range and mage all the way up to 99 and beyond. I've got 15 million XP in mage and 16 million XP in range. Now, obviously, I did some other things throughout the Inferno, a lot of PVM. So I've said that about 1 million XP came from stuff that wasn't the Inferno, which I think is fairly accurate. Meaning that I've gotten approximately 6 million XP in magic just from the Inferno. And if you calculate that in Blood Barrage or Ice Barrage runes, it's 100,000 casts of Blood Barrage approximately. Obviously, you're going to hit more than a 0 each time. So I've given it about a 80 XP in magic per cast, which is probably a little high. I probably got less than 80 XP per cast, but 100,000 casts of Blood Barrage, which, if you go ahead and calculate the rune costs, which would be 400,000 death runes, 400,000 blood runes, and 100,000 soul runes, comes out to 203 million GP spent just in blood barrages throughout the Inferno attempts. On top of that, we managed to gain approximately 7 million ranged XP, which, if we take our average hit against all of the monsters in the caves, we would average about a 6.6 damage per hit, which means over the course of the Inferno, we fired approximately 265,000 darts out of our blowpipe, which means we've spent 175,000 Zulrah scales and approximately 53,000 darts that weren't caught by the Ava's accumulator, coming out to 92 million GP in darts and scale. On top of that, I've approximated about 500 brews and 500 restores from the attempts, coming out to about 8 million GP, which means in total, we probably spent around 300 million GP in attempts trying to get the Inferno done. Now, if we go ahead and assume that the waves before wave 7 weren't actual attempts, and we take the average duration of an Inferno and place it at about 2 hours. I would say about 2 hours, because the ones where I made it up to Zuck were probably 5-hour attempts, and the ones that I didn't make it too far, maybe 1-hour attempts. So somewhere between 2 and 3 hours. Let's call it 2.5 hours per attempt. We had 131 actual attempts at the caves. That comes out to over 300 hours spent in the Inferno. Now, if I'd spent those 300 hours killing Zulrah instead of doing the Inferno, I could have profited 900 million GP. Adding that onto the bank, I could have afforded a Twisted Bow if I decided not to do the Inferno, and then I could have just done the Inferno afterwards. Gee, that probably would have been a smart thing to do. Just grind it out the T-bar. Fuck. Now, the last thing that people wanted to know was how much Tokkul did I make from all of my attempts. Now, I didn't stockpile the Tokkul throughout all the attempts. However, I wish I had now. But I know that I bought 3 Onyxes for 260,000 Tokkul each, and the last one I forgot to put on the Karamja gloves and just purchased it for 300,000, so a total of 820,000 Tokkul, and I have 22,000 left in the bank, which comes out to a total of 842,000 Tokkul, around about. Now, considering it cost 260,000 Tokkul for 1 Onyx, we can go ahead and say that we could have bought 3.2 Onyxes for our Tokkul, and if we go ahead and multiply that by the price of an Onyx, which is currently 2.9 mil, that would come out to a total of 9.5 mil approximately that we would have made in Onyxes from the Tokkul. Meaning, in reality, instead of spending 300 mil approximately, we only spent 290,500,000 approximately. Which kind of makes it better, right? Now, guys, this was just a short little video going over a few of the things that people have been asking me. Once again, these are all approximate values in terms of how much money I spent, how much Tokkul, and how much magic and range XP that I got, because I didn't keep track of it the whole time. But I think the ballpark figure is pretty close. Spending 300 mil in the Inferno, look, I'll be honest with you guys. I don't really care how much money it costs to get this cave. I'm just happy with it. That is going to wrap it up for this video. I know it's a bit of a short one, guys, but there's only so much you can talk about when it comes to how much money you can spend. Tomorrow's video is going to be responding to mean comments about the Inferno. I'm going to go back through all of my Infernal videos, find all of the worst comments, and respond to them. So look forward to that one. And then Thursday, we're getting back on the Group Godman grind, and then back to the regular schedule. That's probably going to be the last thing you see about the Inferno on this account going forward. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel. I'm putting out a new video every single day. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I'll catch you guys in the next one tomorrow. Take it easy.